All right, today we're going over the cell cycle. First, we're going to look at different types of reproduction. There's sexual reproduction and there's asexual reproduction. Sexual is when you have a female gamete and a male gamete come together and make a genetically distinct or different organism than the parents. Just like your mom and dad make you. Right? You don't look just like your dad, you don't look just like your mom, you're different. So two sets of DNA different than parents. All right? Asexual is when the offspring comes from a single organism, much like it's like a bacteria. So one set of DNA and the offspring are identical to the parents. There's two types of asexual. There's binary fission, when just like the cell divides. That's what like our skin cells do when they reproduce themselves. And there's also budding, which is what a lot of plants do. Like an outgrowth forms off of the original organism. But asexual, all the offspring are identical to the parent. All right, so we'll look at cell division really quick. So there's two reasons why cells divide. One, they get too big. And two, they can't move enough stuff across their membrane, like in and out, like waste coming out and nutrients coming in to make it balanced. All right, you know what chromosomes are. Chromosomes are just DNA that have been coiled up to form this shape here. You'll see this shape here all the time for chromosomes. Chromosomes are just DNA, right? So most of the cell's life cycle, it remains, the chromosomes remain in the form of chromatin. That's just a vocab word. It just means DNA that's unwound. It's not coiled up in a chromosome. All right. Humans have 46 chromosomes. It just doesn't really matter at this point. We're really going to concentrate on the cell cycle today. The cell cycle is a series of events that the cell goes through in its life. You have the interphase, which is G1, S, and G2. The G's stand for growth, and S stands for synthesis. That's when the DNA copies itself. All right, then it goes through mitosis. Don't worry about that today as much. We're going to study that a lot more in detail tomorrow. And then cytokinesis. That's when the actual cell becomes a separate cell. It becomes two new cells. All right, so interphase, mitosis, and cytokinesis. As you can see, interphase takes up all the space down here. So the longest part of the cell cycle is interphase. So growth, DNA replicates or copies itself, and then growth some more. And it prepares for mitosis, which is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Again, we will study those in more detail tomorrow. And then right here, the cell divides into two new cells. Then each of those cells goes through this again. But interphase is the longest phase, all right? So interphase is the longest. It's when the cell does its growing. Also, the chromosomes are copied, and that means the DNA is replicated, all right? And there's a picture from a microscope of interphase. Right? Again, that is the longest phase, but all we're looking at today is just the cell cycle, what it is. So we need to know what the different types of reproduction, sexual versus asexual, know what a chromosome is, and know this right here, just that interphase is G1, S, and G2. These are here the growth, and S is when it replicates, and it goes through this. All right, but interphase is the longest phase. Hope this helps, and I will answer any questions you might have. Just email me, and I'll answer your questions for you.